But you all know that that's never enough with the insurance industry, because the insurance industry, they're basically always kind of one step ahead of the sheriff. They always, no matter what we do, what kind of rules we set up, the insurance companies, they're smart. They got good lawyers, they got smart people. They figure out how to beat the system. So this year, rather than just regulating the insurance companies, as we're going to do, and we're going to do it better than ever before, but that's why we need the public option. A public plan, like Medicare, a public plan that when you decide, if you're uninsured and you decide you're going to get insurance, you can choose a private plan if you want, that's fine, or you can choose the public plan. But we know with the public plan there, one of the things that we'll do is we'll keep the private plans a lot more honest, and that's the whole point of the public option plan. I mean, a lot of you want single payer. I'd love to see single payer. We're not going to have that, but we're going to have the next best thing. So, I want to close with this. I want to close with why I'm more optimistic this year than I've ever been. When I came to Congress in 1992, some of you might remember this, I made a promise that I would pay my own health insurance until my 92 campaign, until Congress passed health insurance. And thanks for that. Well, I figured we'd do it right away. I didn't know that was going to happen. But in those days, we weren't able to pass that in 1993, as you know, in large part because the insurance industry was so smart and spent so much money, and Democrats, frankly, didn't have enough spine and didn't fight back. And also in 1993, business interests, not just insurance, but other companies weren't much interested. This is a very different time. But I'm also optimistic because I sit in this room and I see the excitement, I see the commitment. I know many of you here. There are many of you I've never met before. I also know that there are hundreds of thousands like you around this state, around this country that are going to fight too. And I also know from American history, when people in this country really want something to happen, it happens. And I want to illustrate why I believe that and why I know it's true. And I apologize to those of you that have heard this, but I wear a lapel pin depicting a canary in a bird cage. If I've worn this for about 10 years, and thank you, Chuck, for wearing it too. And you know the story. The mine workers went down in the mines, and if the mine worker, he was carrying the canary, and if the canary died from lack of oxygen or toxic gas, the mine worker knew he had to get out of the mine. He had no union strong enough to protect him 100 years ago, and he had no government that cared enough to protect him 100 years ago. He was on his own. And in those days, America had a life expectancy of about 45, 46, 47 years. Today, we live 3 decades longer, not because of high-tech medicine. Gus, that really matters, of course, on everything from heart transplants to chemotherapy and all that. That helps some people. But we live 3 decades longer in this country today because of what progressives have done fighting to make this country better. It's Medicare, it's Social Security, it's minimum wage, it's food safety, it's prohibition on child labor, it's women's rights, it's civil rights, it's safe drinking water and clean air laws, it's seat belts, it's airbags. It's all the things that government did. And government did it not because people like George Voinovich and me just do the right thing. Well, some of us do. But it's mostly because people like you push their government to do it. It's people in their union halls, people in their church basements, Pastor Lentz, people in their ethnic organizations, and advocates for women, and advocates for children, civil rights, and advocates for children, and all of that. And you look at the progress we've made in the last 100 years, from the time when the canary went down in the cage, on all of these. And it's meant a strong middle class. It's meant educational opportunities for young people. It's meant people like my wife, who came from a family, never gone to college. She got to go to Kent State and left that school with only a debt of like $2,000 back in the old days when we gave opportunity to kids going to college. And when you think about all those things we're able to do, that's why I know that you're going to deliver, that we're going to make this happen, that we together are going to see this Congress pass by the end of the year national health care reform. So I will close with this. A Mississippi civil rights leader in the 1960s, a Mississippi civil rights leader said, and you all get this right from the start, said, "Don't tell me what you believe, show me what you do, and I'll tell you what you believe." You have done that, you will keep doing that, you will make the difference. Thank you very much.